Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
As a species, humans possess a strong yearning for war, conflict, and violence, and have been engaging in it on a regular basis. Humans have been on an eternal quest to find an environment of peace, both externally and within. In an effort to unite all of mankind for the purpose of world peace, the Oneness Field hosted over 14,000 people at Ekam near Chittoor for the Ekam World Peace Festival. Each day of the festival was targeted towards a specific issue and concern that the world is facing. The last day of the festival was a grand culmination that saw almost 1 million seekers meditate across the world to bring about a massive shift in human consciousness. Let's take a look at how this grand festival unfolded.
Ekam is a powerful mystic house. It is a place that has been built to impact human consciousness. Every one of us are looking for peace in every aspect of our life. I think that's the most important experience that one is searching for. Peace at work, peace in family, peace in relationships, peace with everything that's happening around us, be it the economic disturbance, the political disturbance, the cultural disturbances, because we are constantly being impacted and we are people who are being disturbed by various circumstances that's happening beyond our control. So one of the most important things that we all want is peace.
Ekam has been built with a vision of creating a massive transformation in human consciousness. A massive revolution in the way we experience life, in the way we live life, a state of expansion where you feel connected to the other's pain and you do something, a state of compassion with which you kind of help the other person out of pain. Not out of an understanding, not out of a moral idea, not of an ideology that you're stuck to, but because of an actual experience. And this Peace Festival is actually enabling the individual to move into that state of expansion. They are being impacted in their consciousness and they become the individuals or the vessels capable of impacting all life.
Ekam is a portal that actually connects humans to the transcendence. When you come here to Ekam and when you meditate here in Ekam, people are pushed into a transcendental state. That means you're pushed into a very beautiful state which is beyond yourself. You experience something which is far more important than you. You experience that we are all connected, that this entire universe is connected. You experience deep sense of love. You experience deep sense of connection with the other. You experience deep sense of compassion. Many people who just walk into Ekam, as they walk into Ekam, they find that their mind is becoming calmer, their thoughts are slowing down, and that they're experiencing something beautiful within them. Now this entire structure has been built on ancient Indian spiritual principles. It has been built so that one can have this experience. So one doesn't need to talk, but the building itself can make it happen. Now, the vision behind this is my dad, Sri Bhagwan. He believed that if a certain number of people can come together and meditate in a high state of consciousness, then we can together impact human consciousness, because science today proves that we are all connected. This entire universe is actually connected. We believe that if 5,000 people can come here to meditate every day, they'll be having a powerful impact on human consciousness. Because we strongly believe that when you are in that state, when you are connected and when you ask for something, that something can happen to you. It can happen that could be well-being of yourself, well-being of your family. It could be financial problems getting solved, health problems getting solved, whatever it is. But if you are in that state of connection, then those problems will find solutions and a magic or a miracle can happen. So Ekam is the powerhouse where both you experience a powerful transcendental state and at the same time your intention can manifest. That's why it's very unique. Hamsa soham ekam, hamsa soham.
Spiritual growth or evolution right now is not being limited to few seekers or to small groups of seekers who have been longing for something greater in life. People are becoming aware of what is happening to them in their life. People are wanting or seeking for an experience which is different from this normal life which is so stressful. They want to experience a life that is free of stress. They want to experience a life which can be different. They are tired. So what Ekam does is to give them a flavor of those states, give them a taste of those states, and it is possible. We have many people come, we have thousands of seekers from across the world come and experience this. It is for anyone and everyone who are looking to create a beautiful life.
Ekam World Peace Festival was in fact just conceived a few months back. So this is the first one that's happening. We are going to continue this festival year on year. The idea behind this festival was to bring attention to important problems that the world is going through and we are going through. So it's an 11-day festival. Each day we focused on a particular problem. So for example, on one of the days we focused on suppression of women, how one has to be awakened to the fact that women are equal and women have to be respected and we cannot ill-treat them or we cannot harass them. So one of the main topics was on that, and many people had beautiful connection with their mother, with their sister, with their friends, and with women who in their life have gone through some kind of a problem and torture. So they had that connection and they felt for them. The whole ending of that state was to feel compassion and respect and love for women and to know their important role in the society.
Ekam has, every day it has the two siddhis happening. One is a Sankalpa Siddhi where an individual is focused on having a very clear vision of what he or she is expecting and a process by which you kind of realize your intentions, your heartfelt intentions. And another Siddhi, Upasana, which is for an individual to move into expansion, to move into an experience of expansion, to move into different states of being. For those who are hearing for the first time, it can be a little probably would not understand very clearly what we mean by different states. People experience a beautiful state of calm, they experience states of joy, or even states of bliss.
Each and every day we brought attention to very important topics, and the most important reaction we got from people was that Krishnaji, we have not even thought about these things. You know, we just get up in the morning, think about going to work, coming back, stuff like that. We have never ever paid attention to these things. So it is really bringing us these very powerful emotions that we have to become more responsible citizens towards Mother Earth, towards people. So each day is for a problem and blessing the world to become free of that problem. And when you bless the world to become free of that problem, in turn in your family and for yourself you receive a lot of blessings from this universal consciousness. The objective of the Peace Festival is for awakening people to various serious issues that we have in the world today, and to come to peace, to actually meditate for people who have been impacted by these issues and to bless them and to make sure that this world can advance itself, go beyond these problems, find solutions for these problems, and actually can become a more peaceful world. But for that you have to know what a peaceful state actually is. So every day people are awakening to that state continuously.
The mind-body consciousness are not separate, as we believe. It's considered the three sides of a mystical triangle, while one side impacting the other two sides. So what is happening at this Peace Festival is every important aspect of disharmony is brought into light. An individual is actually seeing how we've been living life through the wisdom and the process. And once your body and your mind is being impacted, your consciousness undergoes a huge transformation in terms of actually feeling connected to everyone around. So when you see the people over there who are having, few of them are having a real state of high or real state of expansion, they are individuals who are not actually feeling so separate. They are individuals who are feeling so connected.
The last 10 days, the feedback has been fabulous. In fact, our numbers have been steadily going up. In many places, when we did connecting to nature, there was rains and the weather changed. So people felt we are really connected. When we did something for the kids, in their families, the kids became happier. So we got a lot of feedback that our kid is today much more happier than he was ever or she was ever. And above all, I think as an individual, they felt that they've become very responsible and they felt connected.
It's been a really amazing experience. I wasn't going to come, and at the last minute I decided to come. It was like I was pulled to come, and I'm so grateful that I came. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about violence at subtle levels within myself. Not even the way that I treat people verbally, but just the conversations in your own mind. And to have that awareness to see that, and the possibility for the whole world to see that, is just a profound message. And I'm so very, very grateful for every one of the 10 days that we've had.
I've experienced a deep healing process inside myself. Aspects in which I have been consciously working on for some time, and for whatever reason at Ekam the energy is very powerful and has allowed me to go very deep with these processes and actually get me to a point where I'm able to fully heal these parts of myself and for a much clearer me to exist in the world.
I was a seeker all my life and I found it here. I was always finding religions and everything, and this is for me, this is it. I can't explain it. It's my heart that's beating, that's the hunger to come and to know more and more and to do it in the real life. Because when I go back to Belgium now, I have to find a work and I'm going to be a social assistant. I have to go in the families, and I know that I'm going to work with the golden energy in the families to spread the golden energy.
I'm way more aware of everything, and I'm now definitely in a beautiful state. I realized I was aware that I was in a suffering state before, and I can definitely adopt those things I learned here, I can even express my feelings better, or I clearly know what I'm going to do next. I would say that's the main plus point I gathered here.
Peace begins here, and to actually experience the transformation and to have the peace be real within myself, and that ripple effect goes out to the world in consciousness. And the whole process here at Ekam is for that consciousness to ripple out in peace to the whole world. And it begins one at a time, and it begins with me.
Where would one get an opportunity to sit with people with a common intention where we pray for world peace. It's so beautiful because we have people from different countries from all over the world. We've been praying for violence against animals, violence against nature, women who are impacted by violence, domestic violence or even otherwise. So there are so many different facets in life where people have been at distress since ages. So I think it's an opportunity where I get to pray for them. I get to work on my individual consciousness. When my level of consciousness increases, we contribute to world consciousness. So both of these are interlinked. So I think this is a very unique opportunity for all of us.
People think that my problem is very different from your problem, but when they understood that child exploitation happens in India, it also happens in America, it also happens in China, then it's not my problem or your problem, it's the world's problem. So when you have that perspective, then you start to connect. You start to connect and you really start feeling for the other. So it was very, very touching and very moving. Moving forward, we are going to develop this concept better. And there'll be a lot of follow-up calls that will happen from now on. So people will stay connected on this process and they'll start getting prepared in the next 11 months for the next Peace Festival. So we always have a preparation that we do with people.
Every one of them who have been involved have been totally inspired, and they are very clear the next time it wouldn't be as small as 1 million. They would like to make it big. They would like to make sure that there are so many people who are coming together to join this movement.
Preeta ji has developed this meditation called Soul Sync, which is now practiced by thousands across the world. It's a 12 minutes meditation. It's a meditation which puts you in a transcendental state, and also a meditation which actually gives you an experience of expansion and manifests your intention. So that is available online. You can just download that, and if you can start your day with that practice, 12 minutes practice, I would say your day will be quite magical.
Our consciousness is the foundation on which the entire edifice of our life is built, and sadly that part or that aspect of our life has been ignored, has not been brought attention to. Would be great and wonderful if we start bringing our attention inward. And it is not limited to a few people who are looking for mukti or enlightenment, but it is for everyone and anyone who want to live a beautiful life. You need not be a seeker looking for an enlightened state. You need not be a seeker looking for being one with the universe. But if you are an individual who knows that you are suffering in stress, that you are in depression and you are in suffering, it is important that you take one step forward to help you out of that. Because when you as an individual transform and start living in beautiful states, that is a state free of stress, a state free of suffering, then you become an individual who will be able to help one's family, help one's society and help the world. We are not running out into the streets fighting against something. Because from a state of hate, we can only create more hate, more problem, more stress, more suffering. It is not about going out and fighting for something, but you are going within to transform your state and become that individual who is capable of creating more peace around you.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.